What a great move you made to join us in the trenches today, because the great Phil Simms joins us in the trenches, brought to you by First Star Logistics. And this one's really good. I mean, Phil talks about quarterbacks, new quarterbacks in the National Football League. His Bill Parcells, Tom Coughlin stories are second to none. And that's worth its weight in gold. Just a lot of things, finances, big money in the National Football League. It's Phil Simms at his best. And congratulations, you made a great choice. Really appreciate you taking the time to join us in the trenches with Dave Lapham, brought to you by First Star Logistics. As always, we're coming to you from our outstanding studios, and we're in a brand new studio in a brand new building. Gotta love it. First Star Logistics, man, taking care of things. And boy, we have a guest that you love. I know you love. We've got feedback that you love this guy. Everybody loves this guy. Phil Simms is the name. 14-year quarterback in the National Football. 15-year quarterback.
15, thank you.
Sorry,
yes.
my bad. 15-year quarterback in the NFL with the same franchise, the New York Giants.
Right.
First round draft pick, 7th pick of the draft in 1979. He was the MVP of Super Bowl 21. They beat Denver 39-20, not even a game. I mean, blew them out. Went 22 for 25, 88%, 150.9 passer rating, record still. Super Bowl records for quarterbacks with at least 14 attempts.
Wow.
Multiple Pro Bowls. Man of the Year, NFL Man of the Year in 1993. And Ring of Honor. And he had his jersey retired. Number 11's retired. Nobody will ever wear number 11 again for the New York Giants. I mean, come on, Phil. That's pretty good stuff, man.
Well, there's a lot there, Dave. I don't know where to even begin. Thank you for the kind words. Bill Parcells once said to me, you know, I guess it was when he was there, you know, how it goes, the seasons and years. And he says, Simms, don't worry about it. When you retire, they're going to like you. And I said, okay.
That's high praise coming from him.
I mean, I'm just like, okay, was that a slap in my face once again, or does he mean it to be, you know, whatever, you know? But I listen, I need to write a book one day about just Bill Parcells and me, about our interactions. I saw him last week. You know, we had the Giants, it's their 100th year in professional football this year. Wow. So they're doing a lot of celebrations. So we had a big get together. Maybe it's been 2 weeks now. I can't. And I saw Coach Parcells. Hey, Simms, good to see you. Boom, boom, boom. And right to the attack he went. I'm like, damn, you're 83 years old. You're still not giving me a break. He goes, hey, you know, I had that horse. I named after you, Simms. And I said, oh, yeah, I know. I watched the one race he was in. He goes, he called it Fabulous Simms. And he goes, the SOB couldn't run. I can't even tell you exactly how he said it, but I watched the race on my computer.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it was at Saratoga. And to say he was last was an understatement. I'm going to say he was at least 30 minutes behind the second to the last horse.
Oh.
And right away, as soon as the race is over, I got a text from Parcells. Well, wish he could run a little faster.
Oh, man.
Oh, but my other thing is too, man, I mean, I am sitting in my office, which is not even really my office. My son, Matt, we do these podcasts together. So he took over my office. Now I've moved into a dungeon in my house so I can do something. And it's all coming to this. Look at your get up and set up there. Wow.
I know, man.
You know,
it's taking care of business with us. Unbelievable.
Can't hide money, Dave, and it's showing in your setup there, man. It's unbelievable. Wait, I see the new, well, not the new, but I've seen those helmets before. I do love those helmets.
Yeah, I do
too.
The
Bengals. Yeah. And the other thing is too, yeah, you're right. I was the 7th player picked in the 1979 draft. And Mike Brown once told me, you know, he didn't think I threw enough spirals when he watched me or something in college. He said that to me. And I went, Okay, well, I threw a hell of a lot of spirals in the NFL. I don't know
No
what
question.
whatever, but remember that draft. Jack Thompson was the third pick of the draft,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't know what I've never looked it up. How much did Jack Thompson ever play for the Bengals?
He had a brief stay. It wasn't that long. He didn't start that many games for the Cincinnati
Yeah, I
Bengals.
don't think he did and everything. Hey, I will say this: when I played whatever, and he was on the other, he would come and talk to me. He couldn't. Man, was he a nice guy?
He's a great dude. He is.
God, and I was like, there was no rivalry between us, and I knew about him even in Morehead State. I heard about Jack Thompson, the throwing Samoan.
Throwing Samoan. There you go.
Yeah, and I'm glad he went to the Bengals because and there was no chance I was ever going there. They never even considered me, but I wanted to, Cincinnati's just too close to Louisville, where I grew up, and I wanted to be away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know why, but I just felt like it's always best just to get away from everything and no distractions. Did I know I was going to New York? Well, I did before the draft, but
Right.
a month or two before, I'm like, where will I go and all that stuff. So, but it works out for everybody. But I wanted to bring it up. Jack Thompson was such a good dude.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you reiterated that too.
No question. But Morehead State, I mean, hey, Morehead State, that's right in the region, man.
Yeah, it's not far. I think
Not far.
when I'm not sure if I just say this, I could be wrong about all this, but I think Mike Brown did drive down to watch me in a game.
I think he did. I remember him talking about that. Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, I must not have thrown it very well because he didn't consider it after that. Hey man, I tell you, it's oh shoot. Well, whatever. It's all good stuff. Good memories.
But now you're a world champion, Phil. What the heck?
Yeah. We lucked out and got it through. I'm talking to you. You were part of a lot of really good teams and all that. And I mean this when I tell fans and in interviews. Yeah, I'm proud of the fact that I was part of 2 Super Bowl championship teams and all that.
Yep.
But damn, I'm still upset about the years we didn't win the Super Bowl. Then I thought, wow, we got a Super Bowl team and we screwed it up.
Yeah.
And I guess everybody, I mean, are you that way too a little? You just go, well, you were on some good teams and
Absolutely. It's like, man, the biggest opponent you have to overcome sometimes is yourself. I mean, you have to take care of business. You have to take care of your own business before knocking somebody else off, and it was always, that was the situation. It was like, okay, yeah, they're a good team, but man, we beat ourselves,
yeah, it's the worst.
We had played like we had played, the entire season. Pick that game to stub the toe is a rough deal to accept, man. It really is.
Oh, it is. We played the Rams in the playoffs in '89. I thought we were a Super Bowl team, and that was probably just however you want to phrase it, a really bad game by me. In other words, I played too careful. Damn.
Yeah.
And that's what bothers me. And then I was always taught, especially by Bill Parcells, hey, it's not a game of perfection, Sims. Quit trying to be perfect. Just let's play. And so it's amazing how much I think about it. I'll be driving in the car and go, damn.
Yeah. It stays with you, man, doesn't it?
People are probably driving next to me going, oh, look at that guy. He's talking to himself. Which I have a tendency to do, but that's okay.
Well, you obviously your NFL career wasn't just good; it was great. I mean,
no, it was good. It wasn't great.
It was great, man. You're great. You're a great player. What about the quarterbacks coming into the National Football League here? Coming up, these rookies, these young guys. What's your impression, Phil?
Well, listen, I thought it was one of the best. I'm not going to say the best or I'm marking it anywhere since I've been involved in the NFL, but I thought it was a really, really good group of quarterbacks coming out in the draft. Even from all 6 of them that were drafted in the first round, I could see all of them succeeding. And of course, we know how this league goes. A couple of them are going to have rough times and all that, but I think we'll have 3 starters opening day, if I'm right here. J.J. McCarthy, I do not think he'll start over Sam Darnold.
Right.
I don't think that. Drake May's not going to start over Jacoby Brissett. Michael Penix is not going to start over Kirk Cousins. So there's 3 right away. Now, will Bo Nix find a way to be the starter out in Denver. That one's up in flux, I guess you'd say.
Mhm.
But number 1 and number 2, they're going to start. And it doesn't matter how they play. They're not going to take them out unless it's injury. So, Caleb Williams, I kind of done this with you probably already, but I didn't like his tape when I watched it.
Hmm.
I loved it. Oh
Hmm.
my God. I mean, my first impressions, the first day I ever started watching all the draft picks and stuff coming out, I said, well, let me do the quarterbacks. Everybody wants to know. And I got done with Caleb Williams and said, well, he's going to be number 1 in my eyes. I don't know if anybody can surpass what I saw.
Wow.
And it was so different than what I expected. So I thought he was tremendous in the pocket throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Accurate as hell everywhere on the run. I mean, he can do it all. And it was great. So he's going to start. And then, of course, Jaden Daniels is going to start. And who did I miss? I'm missing somebody. Drake May. I'm missing. Well, maybe that's it. They're the only 2 that we know are going to start for sure.
Yeah, those are the two
Yeah,
definites.
that's right.
Do you think they have enough around them, Bill? Do you think that organizationally they surrounded those guys with enough weapons to be successful as rookies?
Yeah, I think they definitely have. I like Washington, good receiving core.
Yep.
Cliff Kingsbury probably can fit Jaden Daniels really well, the kind of offense he's run in his career. We'll see how Cliff Kingsbury can he adapt and be a little more, I hate to say it, NFL type, but be a little more in what the NFL does and get away from what you did in college. It worked well in college, but you had the best team and the best damn quarterback usually in the country or whatever.
Yeah.
So can they design an offense that really works for a rookie quarterback? The fact that he can really run extremely well, all that. So that'll be interesting. And Caleb Williams, for a rookie with the first pick of the draft coming in, man, this might be one of the best setups we've seen in a long time. He has a chance to be successful right away.
Yeah, it's not one of those deals where, oh man, first pick of the draft. Usually, it's like, oh, you got nothing. They've got some stuff. They've done a pretty darn good job over there.
Yeah, they have. And look, we're going to analyze it to death during the year with all these guys and who's going to start, why. But that's the nature of the NFL right now. It's 2 people, I say this all the time, that they're going to judge after every game, the quarterback and the coach. The coach, even if he makes all the right moves, if they lose, well, you can find something to moan and groan about.
Right.
And the quarterbacks, we overjudge them. Unfortunately, as you know, you stood in front of many quarterbacks. It's the offensive line, the system, the coaching. I mean, there's so much to it. And you can be the most talented quarterback in history. If you don't have that cast, as you said, the supporting cast, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
I love all that. It's nobody's more reliant on people around them in any sport than quarterbacks in the NFL. Maybe there's an example out there. I sure as heck can't think about it, but it's that's the way it is. And Dave, he'd be making a lot of money.
Aren't they? I mean,
oh my gosh,
it's crazy. I was talking to Kenny Anderson the other day, roomed with Kenny for a few years, and Kenny, of course, great player.
Oh yeah,
16 years in the league. His combined salaries didn't total $1 million. It's crazy.
Wait, 16 years, and all those 16 years put together, he didn't make $1 million. Wow.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Maybe I'll quit complaining because that's.
I mean, I think his highest salary, I think his highest compensation, I think he said was like $350 right toward the end.
Right.
And in the early stages, I mean, he played multiple years before he made 20 grand.
Yeah, I was going to say early in his career.
Yeah.
Kenny's a little older than I always remember, but of course I was a big fan of his and all that. And I tell people look at me, I said, look, man, my first 4 years were 60, 70, 80, and $90,000 a year, and I'll be honest, I was drafted the 7th pick and I thought, wow, this is going to be great. I'm going to have a lot of money. And then when I saw the contract, I went, wow, this is not what I expected. I'm still happy. Let's don't get it wrong.
Right.
But I just thought it was going to be more than that.
Yeah.
And, that scale, it for years, and what really drove it finally where it started taking off a little was the USFL. That really helped a lot when it came.
No question. No question. I mean, the USFL was a big deal, absolutely. And
What was your last year?
my last year in the NFL
Yeah.
was 83, and then I went to the USFL in 84 and 85. Played New Jersey Generals with Trump's team, and yeah, I mean the USFL was a big deal in terms of changing things a little bit in the National Football League. But now, Phil, with all the revenue there is from the television broadcast rights and all forms, radio, television, all of it, social media. I mean, it's where do you think it's going to level off? I mean, it does level off a little bit, and then it takes another jump. But now it doesn't ever seem to want to level. It's just jumping. It's crazy. I mean, the next quarterback that signs is going to be the next, highest paid player in the National Football League, and you wonder, where does it stop?
It's not going to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see it. I see it. I think it's just going to keep growing. And I mean, listen, I turn on the TV. I'm a big TV watcher, as you know, and I let when I'm sitting here and I don't see anything on TV, I go, well, I turn the radio on and listen to NFL channel
Yeah.
and see what everybody's talking about. And it's the same thing. I think somebody said it last week. I heard them go, oh my God, I can't wait for training camp open so we can start talking football more. And it's crazy. And yeah, TV, all the TV games, all the movement around Christmas Day, which I guess is a Wednesday. There's going to be 2 games Christmas Day and all this. But the other thing is, too, how it's spreading everywhere else, Dave. I mean, over in the United Kingdom and Germany, all these places. I'm actually going to have a meeting next week, late next week, about going to Germany and the United Kingdom to do stuff, to train quarterbacks, to work at it, kind of try to advance it that way, because, the NFL is just moving forward, and more countries than ever are playing professional football. I mean, so so I guess the answer to your question, we're doing it all right here. It's going to keep going forward.
No doubt.
Let's see.
Is Matt going to be over there with you working with quarterbacks?
Absolutely. If I go, he's got to go.
Chris is too busy, though, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's got enough on his plate. We do too. We're doing a lot too. But
I know you guys are.
But I'm excited about. I said in an article to Neil Best at Newsday here in New York, and I said, if I can make a living just throwing and watching quarterbacks and do it that way, that would really be just the best. Then I would give up everything else. And I do a lot with a lot of kids. College, high school, even before high school. Of course, I do it for free, but I got to also do other work because I need to keep the money coming a little bit through here and all that. So, that's great. Yeah, but I would love to go over into Europe and see what they got, watch a few quarterbacks, train some, and see. I know the NFL can't wait to get more and more of these people into the NFL. It's going to take quite a few years, I think, for it to really work. But you got to start somewhere.
Man, it's got to be a great feeling, though, Phil. I mean, here you are, Hall of Fame with the New York Giants. You're a Hall of Famer in my mind. You're a Hall of Famer. You're a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Well, you're too kind.
Then you get into the broadcast world, and on top of that, doing what you're doing, helping kids at the quarterback position. And I'm sure over the years, it's like, man, look how so-and-so has turned out, man. And you have to have a great internal feeling that, you know what, I might have had a little something to do with that. How good a feeling is that when kids you worked with just blossom and develop?
It's the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's the best. The best ones are a couple. I'm not going to name their names. They're starters in college football right now, and they didn't even get to start for the high school team they were on. So they had to, so they had to switch schools to get a chance to start. And then they had to be walk-ons, and then they became starters. And all the scholarship quarterbacks said, well, we got to go because we're never going to beat this guy out now because he's really good. Wow. And hopefully I'll be telling that story to you this next offseason in the NFL draft. But yet, no, it's beyond a great feeling. The feeling is when you throw them with a kid, and if they have a little talent, of course, if they have enough talent, you can really make it progress.
Yep.
And when it's not meant to be, no matter how hard you work, it's just not going to work out the way we all want it to. But that when they do something on the field and whatever, they turn to you and they smile and they go, I always say, yeah, it feels good, doesn't it? Yeah, I know, man. I used to be able to do that. Can't do it anymore. But it is a great feeling to drop back and just know you have great control of the football and throw it exactly where you want it at the right speed and all these other things, decisions, you name it. And it's so much fun at all ages. And even with young kids, fourth and fifth graders. I know you think, no, parents bring their fourth and fifth graders to get trained by Matt, and I get over there too.
Wow.
Dave, all I can say is you go, what grade you in? And they go, oh, Mr. Sims, I'm going into the fifth grade next year. And I go, this is ridiculous. You are too good
Oh
to
man,
be going into the damn fifth grade. But
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. But that's it's in all sports. And it's really taken off with quarterbacks, that's for sure.
So when we were talking about the revenue and the amount of money and the broadcast side of things for the National Football League, what do you make of this DirecTV NFL clash that's going on right now?
Well, I know it'd been going on for a long time, whatever. And then I guess it was last Thursday. I'm not Thursday or Friday, Thursday, I guess. I'm driving and I heard it on the radio. And my son Christopher works with Mike Florio
Yeah.
on Peacock 4 days a week. I think he does. I get all the logistics. I watch him every day, and I got my notepad in front of me going, say something good that I can steal today, please. So,
He's great, Phil.
no, he does a great job. He's
unbelievable. The apple didn't fall far from the tree, my man. He's great.
Well, I always tell you the difference between my two sons and me. I got to watch a game for, I just put some, I got to watch it for at least an hour to get the scope. And after 15 minutes, they've already breezed through the game and they can give you an answer to everything. I go, damn, I just can't do it. It takes me forever. But listen to that DirecTV thing. I guess it's been out there for a long, long time, and not to get into the particulars, but it's basically you had to buy the whole package. And many people argue they just want to buy their team that they love,
right?
But they don't live in that area to get them on network TV.
Right.
So that's the simplified version of it. And they won their case. And what was it? $4.7 billion. Yeah, that's a lot of money, even for NFL owners.
Could be tripled, right? I mean, it'd be tripled.
Yeah, that's what happens if they win that judgment when it comes about. But this thing could, I don't know, it'll drag out, Dave. It's going to be quite a few years, I think, before we finally get the final answer and all that. But hey, by then, the NFL owners, a lot of them just go, okay, we lost. Let's write a check. Let's move on.
Boy,
I don't know. There's just a lot of money in it in pro football right now. That's why when I probably have said to you, sitting on the desk with Boomer Esiason at the other end.
right?
Yeah. But he would, during a commercial, he'd go, do you know so-and-so is making, and I just go, and in his career, he's made $197 million so far. And I go, Boomer, I don't care. I'm just happy to be here. And I'm good. And then one day he said something to me and he sent me a text while we were on the show. And I read it and the commercial came up and I said, Boomer, I got to tell you the truth. It's bothering me now. All right.
I'll tell you, it was, I mean, a sheer joy now. If you like football, you and Boomer on the set for years together. I mean, that was pure joy. I would never miss, man. You guys gonna miss it big time.
Well, me too. I'll miss a lot of it, but the other thing is I'm doing many other things that I really truly enjoy. And it is like a little bit of a freedom. I wish we could have somewhere an hour show, which it really isn't. So I don't know how many minutes we're actually on TV.
Right.
But to me and Boomer just have 3 minutes just to look at each other and go, you're the biggest dumbass I've ever worked with, Boomer. I mean, it would have been,
you guys are great, man. It's great.
Dave, before shows, I sit on that set. We'd sit there for an hour and kind of do a little rehearsal, like, okay, you're going to talk and, whatever. And it was freedom because I just ripped I rip everybody, but and
Uh,
he'd go, it's 10 o'clock and you're already killing me. What are you doing? Oh, he loved it though. He loves it. One year, I told you this, I think it was 3 years ago, first show of the year. And, I said, Bill Cowell, good to see you, man. Nate, good to see you. And our special guest over here, oh my God, George Hamilton. And I said, Boomer, how tanned are you? What'd you do? Sit in a damn microwave the whole off season? It was unbelievable how tanned he was. And he puts his hand up near his face. It's white as a ghost on his face. And he just goes, oh my God, you're already picking on me. Rah, 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 rah. God, what are you doing? I thought the George Hamilton was a pretty good.
Oh, that's classic. Yeah, that is absolutely classic.
Oh yeah, but we had so much fun there, and yeah, we could never do a podcast together because we would never get past
ripping on each other, huh? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it would be brutal. But,
I hear you.
The ex-Bengal, Boomer Esiason. And all he does is bitch about the Bengals. But yeah, and him and Cower. At least I want to listen to that stuff anymore when the Bengals play the Steelers. Oh, it's a big week, coach. The Steelers. Yeah, okay. Oh well, whatever. Enough about Boomer.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realized self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.